I am still processing it. It has been extremely disheartening, to be quite honest. I'm just so proud of our vice president and the campaign that she's run. We've all worked very hard. I was really hoping that the results would be different, and just trying to deal with the heartbreak, but still maintaining hope and that joy that she spoke about so often on the campaign.
A lot of crying. I haven't slept much. A lot of thoughts going through my mind. But the one thing that's been persistent and consistent is the fact that I got invited back here to hear her speech. And just like she's been our champion and she's been fighting for us, I said I'm going to show up and show my support, because as Black women, we need to keep supporting each other, whether we're winning or losing. And so just like she's been fighting for us, I'm going to continue to support her and fight for her.
I don't blame Kamala. I think she ran in this short amount of time a pretty great campaign. She was really great on stage. She was really great at showing people who she is and what she believes.
I think a lot of voters, men in particular, have a challenge with women leading at the highest level. It's ludicrous, but that's a part of the reality. But we're very, very proud of the vice president.
So, folks, this is what it was all about. Losing speech day. That's what this was, the day after. That's right. When Kamala Harris, who actually was a coward and didn't come out the night before and concede, decided to come out the next day and was late to her own concession speech, as she had to basically tell the United States and her supporters and the world that she literally got spanked by Donald Trump, not only in the Electoral College, but also in the popular vote, which is something, well, I don't think she expected to lose, but she certainly did expect to lose the popular vote, folks. And it just goes to show you, I mean, they're all talking about joy, right? Happiness, right? All the joy. Look at the joy and the happiness here of this Harris supporter. Isn't that something else? Hope and joy. But joy cometh in the morning. Oh, joy cometh in the morning. Really? I don't think joy came that morning. Early morning, late morning, early afternoon, late afternoon, or evening, folks. I think that joy and happiness. No way, Jose. But this is priceless, folks. This is absolutely priceless. Because if it had been the other way around, they would have been doing the same thing to us. But the only difference is the meltdowns that we're seeing from these snowflakes, or these people really aren't melting down. They're taking it pretty decently in stride. I think they're shocked. I think they're absolutely gobsmacked. They're absolutely shell-shocked. No doubt about that at all. No doubt, whatsoever. But that's what happens when you have a candidate who literally ran on absolutely nothing. It was gaseous fumes. That's what it was. Fumes, folks. No substance, nothing at all. And they thought that was going to be enough. Now, this gentleman over here, just one of those, I guess what you want to say, beta males. He came out, what did he say? Men, misogyny, just not ready for a woman president, let alone a black president. Well, first of all, let me tell you something. She ain't black, Jack, and that's a matter of fact. She tried to pawn herself off as black. She wasn't, never was, never will be. She is South Asian Indian. She is Jamaican. Her father couldn't stand the fact that people called him black. He never said he was black. He said he's Jamaican man. Jamaican man. That's my cultural appropriation for the day. I mean, listen, if, Sunny Hostin can culturally appropriate, name appropriate her name, which is really Assumption Cummings, then I guess, the doctor can basically culture appropriate a way of saying a phrase. But this guy's typical. What is he trying to be? Black dudes for Harris? Folks, could you have imagined if Donald Trump, if people would have done the same thing, formed plantation groups? Because that's what they were. They were just plantation groups being on the Democratic plantation, which I call everybody that is part of the intersectionality in the Democratic Party or on the liberal progressive side. And then the Democrat Party puts them onto their plantations. Well, there's a word for that. They're all being duped. D-U-P-E-D. The D stands for Democrat. So it's basically D-U-P-E-D, the Democratic Utopian Plantation for the expansion of dependency. That's right. DUPD, the Democratic Utopian Plantation for the expansion of dependency. And that's where the intersectionality politics start. The oppression Olympics begins. Who can win the gold medal for being the most oppressed? Who can win the gold medal for being the best plantation group? And that's what they were vying for in this election, folks. They were. White dudes for Harris, lesbians for Harris, gays for Harris, transgenders for Harris, blacks for Harris, women for Harris. You name it, blank for Harris. That's what it was. Could you have imagined if Donald Trump, if a group had formed white men for Harris? You know what the triple acronym would have been associated with that immediately? KKK. Absolutely. But all's fair, love, war, and politics. And boy, oh boy, you know what? Should be a ledger. Donald Trump beat. They always say that Donald Trump was an abuser of women. He beat women. He's, all this crap that's out there. Well, it's true. He did beat 2 women politically. Hillary Clinton was the first. Kamala Harris, numero dos, more culture appropriation. Anyways, folks, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Sheikh Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasser. If you've done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow us. Drop us a comment below. My final thought is always, when you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.